Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Swordhaven. Now, I have a little bit limited time to play tonight, so it's going to be a slightly shorter episode than the last two. Because I have to be up and about early in the morning. So the first thing I'm going to do, before I completely forget, is go to the blacksmiths and buy another spade. And yes, that will delay any armor crafting, but I feel it has to be done. Show me your wares, good smith. We require a shovel, and my goodness, but that's expensive, isn't it? We can trade this for it. And this dull old spear that isn't going to see much use for a while yet. And now not in our hands at all. I'm not going to sell this, it's an obvious quest item. I'm just checking for anything else we could... Oh, right, these prices, I think these are slightly better, but I think I can get even better still. There we go. Right, now back to work. I have purchased the shovel because I'm aware of a few dig spots around town where I will want to use it. Wish the other one hadn't broken, but hey, it is what it is. Now let's head down here and explore the farmland to the south and west of town. That's going to be the main focus of this episode. Halt! A grizzled, one-armed man raises a hand in warning, stopping you in your tracks. If you're aiming to travel through the fields, lass, you best keep a stick at the ready. Why's that? Alack, we got a vermin infestation, a whole pack of gods be damned daggerfangs. Daggerfangs? They sort of look like your average ratsies, but waves his only hand. You get it. They've got daggers for fangs? Well, not really, but if one of them bites you, I ween you ain't gonna know the difference. That sounds dangerous. There's no reason to quaver. Daggerfangs ain't no wolves. Just be careful when they're around, that's all. I got an apothecary pal in Swordhaven. He sells a potent poison to deal with the yearly scourge. I suppose it's time you paid him a visit then. Yeah, but I still find myself stalling. See, the roads are a pinch too dangerous lately. And before you ask, since you look exactly like the type who would... I ain't sending you in my stead either. Why? Told you, it's a perilous trip. I don't want your death on my conscience. The farmer is probably apprehensive about giving a large sum of money to someone he just met, and rightly so. What if I get rid of the Daggerfangs then? I guess you can slay him if you want to. He scratches his ear. I'll even toss you some coin if you agree to see it done. You got yourself a deal. Much obliged. I'll be on the temple grounds at the end of the main road. Just don't go getting yourself nibbled to death. Those buggers are nasty in large packs. We'll take our leave then. Good luck. Right, before we venture down that way, I'm just gonna go explore up here by the town gate. Because at the top of this ridge there's a path, and I want to check if we can access it from this side. Let's explore the high ground first, before taking the low road. Why am I doing this? Because I can't remember if I can get through a gate on this side.
I've spotted something.
Where? Suspicious mound inside town. Well, that's new.
What's over there?
And one outside.
Aha.
Well, let's dig up this then. Please don't break, shovel. Just spent 54 gold on you. Right, here we go.
It's locked.
54 dinars, well spent. You know what? We do have a lock-picking skill, and we might as well practice its use.
I could have done it with my eyes closed.
We got some coins, minor gemstones, iron bolts, and some dice. Excellent, we'll take the lot. And obviously this large rock will block our passage, so we'll go back down now into the valley. Is it a valley or a plain? More of a plain really, isn't it? Okay. I think that was a worthy little detour. I could have explored around town and the fog of war might have cleared outside the fence, so I wanted to ensure that I wouldn't later imagine I had explored that area already. Now let's go kill us some Daggerfangs. Find out what these nasty little varmints are like. And get Gintar up to 2nd level so he can be ready to fight with the rest of us. I mean, he's pretty good already, but yeah. So far, so good.
I'll do it.
We've got lots of signs of industrious farmhands at work here. Not recently, mind. There's some rope. Sure, let's take that. There's another well. We may indeed drink from it. And our supplies run low. I think I'll go down this side and work my way across. Could have cut through there. Didn't quite want to. What's this? Nothing. Okay. Just a rock with a slightly strange shadow.
Okay.
However,
I think I found something.
can we get there? Yes, we can, but not from here very easily.
Locked.
Another chest.
Oh, this lock is impossible.
This one has a much tougher lock, so that'll have to wait till we get someone who's better at those kind of extractions, let's say. Let's stay out of that avenue between the two fences. And explore slowly and steadily.
Oh ho! What have we got here?
Okay. Come at us, you little rat things. Oh, that worked quite nicely, didn't it?
Come here. I need a new coat.
Excellent. Now let's back up and give the other two a chance. And in there. And you can just let this one come running at us. Now you notice there were some traps in the field. Let's go around this way. And indeed, traps in the farmland are something we're going to have to deal with on a regular basis, presumably laid for these Daggerfangs. But we better be careful not to blunder into them.
I'm on it.
Additionally, we can absolutely interact with these scarecrows. This one has some leather strips. Excellent stuff. If I'm moving in short bursts, it's because I want to give the chance for trap detection to trigger. And let's just clear out here. And then around here, are there any... No, just the well. Okay, good to know. So what I think I'll do then is take this path and... Ooh, hello. Yeah, loop down here before going back around. That's a lot of logs. Should probably get Traniotta to carry the logs. For now. Because he's got a good strong back. And he's not particularly burdened with anything else at the moment. There we go. Right.
Nice and smooth.
I think I sense a sneeze coming on. We'll have to be careful with that. Right. I see them, but let's explore the path for now. Oh, hello. Come on, we're right here. Trigger, you buggers. And one has headed off over that way. I think it's coming back. Or at least it will. Get it! That's right. May have a hammer of justice. You'll notice actually certain portions of the fences can be attacked, so we can strike through and come into flank and surround. I don't feel the need in particular right now, because currently the fences hamper our opponents far more greatly than they do us. Mate, really? You're just going to ignore the farmhands sitting right there? Okay. Well. Hammer time. Yeah, and this one too. Come on. Gintar doing some work there. The righteous gavel of justice has struck true. Come on, I clicked on that. You saw me click on that game. Here we go. And we see you as well, pal. Don't worry, you're not missing out. You get some choppy too. And this one has feathers. Excellent. Have we? No, we haven't. Okay, good.
What's over there?
Another trap. There we go. Lovely. 4 whole experience points for disarming a trap. I approve. I should probably slow down in case there are more, mind you. What was that? Just a fence. Okay. Let's continue our hunt for Daggerfangs until they are all eradicated. That's the task we've taken up after all. But hey, there may be some herbs growing here. Like a bit of dagger leaf. Not dagger leaf, dragon leaf? Yeah. Here we go. Right. Are there any in here? I think there are at the far end, because we saw them earlier.
Okay.
I also see another scarecrow. That's great stuff. And again, I'm moving in short bursts in case there are any traps on the ground. Blimey. And this scarecrow has a coin for us. Excellent stuff. Oh! Okay, we're bleeding.
I'm at your disposal.
Yes.
And through the divine prayer of Gintar, we're not bleeding anymore.
What do you want?
You know, there's been a bit of a spot of bother on the forum of people complaining that there's no magic in a low fantasy game. For starters, low magic and low fantasy are two different things. And here come the Broodmother summoning an ally. Now that's quite dangerous. We need to shut it down pretty quickly. And that looks like there might be something there. Okay, let's get in there with a sword and chop. And again, please. Excellent.
Away with you, creature!
And if you could just close on this one to give it a target, that would be nice. Excellent stuff. You as well, sir. Yeah, let's call him a sir. Make him feel special and important about himself. Okay. Well, Sir Gintar with the hammer does an excellent job already. Now, this is a mace skill, and he is currently using a hammer, so I don't believe he can utilize this ability. That's okay. How's he doing for experience? He's going to be getting closer. Okay, a bit of a way to go yet.
I'm on it.
Okay, so there's a pouch here containing... Ooh, a brass ring. Excellent stuff. And it looks like there are more fields over to the east. Also, we appear to have explored it. Ooh, more dragon leaf. Okay. Dragon leaf is used for healing potions, so we're going to get some use out of that. So again, as I mentioned it previously, Brother Gintar's healing skill does not restore health, but it removes all negative conditions pretty much. I'm not sure it removes the wounded condition. Oh, hello, what's this? A skeleton, or at least a partial one. Bog iron sword blade. So if we can get someone with a crafting skill of 50, we can make that sword. Reaction pastels. Initiative plus 10. It isn't going to give us any extra stamina points, but it will make us get turns sooner.
Nice.
Interesting. And there's another bag over there. Well, let's continue our exploration of this excellent farmland. Hey, look, I see you all right there. Come on. Instantly, the Daggerfangs can absolutely run into the traps and get themselves killed. Uh-oh, it's on the other side of the fence. We don't want it summoning reinforcements, and hopefully it will want to be near us when it does so. I'm putting Treniotta at the back because he doesn't have a decent shield, really. Oh, right there, okay. Gotcha. And you, you great big fatty, are coming right for us. Okay. We're going to send the knight out to strike in front with his hammer. And of course, ideally we want to get him a better weapon. Oh, you can attack. He did have enough stamina points. Excellent. Except he didn't. Somehow. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, absolutely screech and scream and bring more of them unless we can put you down quickly. Because Gintar has a hammer. Oh, this could be more of a problem. Okay. Excellent stuff. Yep, you keep summoning. Oh, we're not going to get to... Okay.
Come here. I need a new coat.
Excellent stuff. We are continuing to eradicate these pests from the fields. But also, we absolutely want to check every scarecrow we can for scraps, because we are that low. We're reduced to robbing scarecrows for garments and crafting supplies, like, you know, bit of string, some straw to stuff a pillow, anything we can. That is rough. Ooh, a worn leather jacket. And you know what? It should be worn. Possibly by a young farmhand who is lacking in decent equipment. There we go. Right, let's just take a few more short bursts in case there are traps, and now we'll head out in this direction.
Fine, I'll do it.
There's a waypoint there. Not that it's going to affect us massively, and we are now, we can't quite see that bit of ground, but we can walk around to it from another location. It's all good. Now, where could this last patch of Daggerfangs be? Not far, I'll tell you that. Not far at all. Might as well explore down here, though, while we're clearing out the map. Ah! One of those blue herbs.
Okay.
It's literally called Blue Shaft. Fair enough. Now, they can't be that far out, surely. Wait, have we done it already? The Daggerfangs have been exterminated. It's time I shared the good news with old One Arm. Excellent, not a bad idea. You know what? These are still all ongoing. Ruins of Crescent Wall, that'll be fun. Swordhaven's old culture is quite a way to go. Okay, so we got a journal note on that one. Peculiar knife, yeah, goodness knows where we're going to find that. And Xanthor's amulet, which we should hang on to at all costs. But wait, look, here's some more. They weren't creating trouble on the farmlands, but they're here now. Okay, she's in trouble.
Let the hunt begin. I'll put you down.
So let's back up and let the men take charge. Obviously, that was quite painful. So we're going to go nip back to the well as we have 2 injured party members, and hopefully we're ready to drink again now. If we're not thirsty, we'll have to look into our healing supplies, which are somewhat limited at the moment. Before you stands a simple well with a wooden bucket, a good place to quench one's thirst. Let's drink from the well. The water doesn't have any aftertaste and seems clean enough. As a matter of fact, you feel positively refreshed. And indeed, ever so slightly we are. No time to prance around the watering hole. Duty calls, allegedly.
I'm on it.
Now.
Still here.
Okay, hang on. Right. We better be careful
Quick
as we're
now.
running a little low on health. But I would like to continue our exploration of this direction a little bit further. Although it's going to be a bit risky. So now we have someone who's wearing something that passes for a protective garment. If somewhat old and worn and in need of patching up a bit. So he should probably be placed in slightly more perilous positions. Is there a
Nice and smooth.
point around here where we can cut into that corner ever so slightly? Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Right, back on the path. Wait, do you
At your
have a...
service.
Yeah, you have a small healing potion. Give it
What
to
do
her.
you want?
Now we can feel far more confident. Help! Flabberflies! More of the things. Huh? What's a flabberfly? And there we go. Here they come. Oh dear goodness, they're nasty. Ow! These stinging insects. Curse them. Right, can we? That was very impressive. Let's try this one. And then back up. And why is that? Because we have a man who can attack 3 times. And we don't know how indiscriminate his attacks may be, so... Missed every single one. Fair enough. But since he's got a bit of padding to help reduce the damage from those stings, it's not necessarily going to work that way, but we can at least try. Okay, ladies, see if you can concentrate your aim. Excellently done. And that one's just a little bit too far away. Okay. So, flabberflies are really hard targets. They don't do a lot of damage, but they get many attacks. And at this low level, they can be a very serious threat because you will struggle to hit them. And this sign over here says, watch out for flabberflies. And here by the roadside, someone's marked a great big arrow on the ground pointing in this direction. So let's absolutely follow it. Hello, what's this? Bunny rabbits? Oh, lovely bunny rabbits. Excellent.
What's over there?
Over there, something appears to be buried.
It's locked.
It's a chest, and at least it's locked. Let's get it open then.
Ask someone else.
Oh, journeyman, that's, is that 25? Journeyman is 50. We're 1 point shy of being able to pick that lock. That's a shame. Maybe we'll return to it at a later point. In fact, we almost definitely will.
Fine, I'll do it.
For now, though, I'm tempted to just go straight back into town, and that's not an entirely bad idea. Absolutely want to just clear up this bit of map here. And watch out for more flabberflies, as they can be the bane of our existence. But hold! Let's explore around this side of the wall, because hey, why not? We saw a large sack over here, behind the boulder that was blocking our path. Maybe from this side we can reach it. That looked like a log I can pick up. Oh, do I need to go back down to clear that out? And here is the large sack. Glue. Perfect. And we've got some leather straps that we didn't need scissors to make. We also don't have a lot of money just yet. But we're near to being able to start making our own armor. And you know, Treniotta's supposed to be giving us a tour of the town, so maybe we should actually do that. He's not a very good tour guide, is he? And if we just move up here, we might be able to close that gap. Yeah. So it might be worth... Oh, you know what? We're here now, why not? Just a little exploration outside of town. Graveyard's just up there. We'll be visiting it at a later point.
I think I found something.
I think you did. Okay, a pipe and some chewing leaves. Fair enough. I will absolutely be exploring the inside of this town wall. Not necessarily this episode. Well, we'll see if we've got time, you know. You're going to fight us or what? Excellent stuff. Ow. Oh, here they all come.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm wounded.
Oh no, indeed. Uh-oh. That one's going to make it in. Bloody hell. Okay, well obviously Dorothy's in trouble. She's not in Kansas anymore. Let's attempt to clear a way out of here. And then absolutely utilize it at top speed. Right.
Foul beast!
Well struck, Sir Knight. And Treniotta, you know what to do.
Let's help the village.
Excellent stuff. And with wounds like that, we probably shouldn't be taking too many more risks just yet. There's a really large sack containing some perfume and a peacock's feather. Lovely. And wasn't there a battered sword, eh? Now I think that's the same as our existing weapon. Yes, it is.
I'm on it.
But it would have been nice and helpful if we didn't have one. I'm going to ignore this path because I'll be coming back here later on. For now, though, I should probably run back in and do something more peaceful in town. How's Brother Gintar doing on that level? Oh, 107 off still. Well, we should get some of that for reporting the squashing of the Daggerfang threat. And then we'll just have to see what else we can do in town. Because we can probably get a decent amount of those experience points in here without risking life and limb outside. Speaking of which, though, I am just going to run down and try and get rid of that bit of fog of war because it's bothering me. Hope you don't mind too much. Of course, now I'm going to get down here and I won't see where it is. I could unlock the camera, I suppose, and go have a look. I think I've already done it. Okay.
Nice and smooth.
So we've drunk recently, which means we can't benefit from using a well for a little while yet. I think it was somewhere around here. But we seem to have cleared it out now, which is great. Unfortunately, there's going to be a bit of unrevealed fog of war just round the back of the temple that's going to bother me, but I'll just have to live with that. Can we... Yes, we can. Excellent. Angle did matter. Oh! And I see... Hello, who are you? I mean, I know who she is, but... we don't. This wiry woman is busy with her domestic drudgery. If you're fixing to chat me up, you'd better find someone else. Why? Is something wrong? Well, I'm just getting acquainted with the locals. We're simple lowly folk. I don't believe there's anything interesting about us. Oh, you'd be surprised how many secrets a village like this one can hold. And demonstrate restrained interest without speaking. You're right, but tradition demands I get to know the locals. One should respect tradition, my mother used to say, but also know when best to skip it. Anyway, you seem preoccupied. Is something wrong? I just don't have a moment to spare with fiddle-faddle. Too much work, too little time. Do you need any help then? Nay, she furrows her brow in contemplation. After a bit of thinking, speak to my husband, Juva. He makes bows for his own amusement, but if you're interested in that sort of weaponry, mayhap he could peruse his stock. Ah, we've met him already. Might just find something to your liking, and for us, every coin helps. Yeah, Juva told me about that. Then why are you still dilly-dallying with me? Go buy yourself something you don't need. Need. God darn it. Have you seen anything strange around the village? We should be asking everyone this. If only those barbarian thugs. Death awaits in our future if we don't do anything about them. They claim the one who provoked their ire is hiding in this village. And you took them at their word? Those savages are only waiting for a chance to ambush us. She stomps her foot. I know the lay of the land. Every one of my siblings perished at their hands during the last war. Oh, damn, Primitive's the only language that understands the clanging of swords. That's not true. I've read some of their language. There are words to it. Well, that doesn't mean all barbarians are bad. She gazes at you with contempt. I'm sure you have many anecdotes about how noble they really are, but I've no desire to hear them. Fine, we'll leave her be. We didn't even get to learn her name. Stay out of trouble, she says rather sarcastically.
I'll do it.
As if she'd love us to get into it and suffer for our do-gooding. The monoplegic farmer touches the brim of his hat. Monoplegic, there's a word I'm not very familiar with, but I can kind of guess what it means. Gods give you good morrow. Well, I've exterminated all the Daggerfangs. You did? Good job, lassie. Now the fields will be safe and I won't have to risk the trip to Swordhaven. He opens his coin purse. What do you think about 45 coins for your troubles? You know what? Yeah, that'll be fine. Ooh, we can... We should maybe refuse money a little more often and see if it makes us a bit more godly. But not just yet. We're a bit too desperate. We had to lash out 54 on a new spade, okay? Here's a few silvers to help you on your way. The one-armed farmer counts the coins into your pouch one by one. Because he has to do it with only one hand, so he has to put his pouch down on a flat surface or something. It is going to be a while. Pray tell, how did you lose your hand? Let the past stay in the past. My aching stump has nothing to do with anything. Oh, come now, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of anything. It's just not much of a story, he shrugs. Caught an arrow right below my elbow during the last barbarian war. Don't even know who shot me. Medicine? Sure. I presume your arm was amputated. Uh-huh. The arrow's tip was covered in filth, so the wound swelled up like a toad and stank worse than a rotten corpse. The lads, bless their souls, carried me to the sawbones, who hacked the thing right off. Medicine sure works in mysterious ways, but I'm still here, ain't I? So he must have known what he was doing. Kind of ironic that you're a farmhand, seeing as how you're missing one. Not going to say that. That must have been a traumatic experience. You have my sympathy. Thanks, but I'm not so mollycoddled to get traumatised. My remaining arm could best some blokes who's still got two. If you think my master, Father Urcus, is keeping me on out of pity, think again. I pull my weight and then some. All right, I'm not saying you don't. What was it like fighting in the war? He shakes his head bitterly. Not as bad as returning from it and finding your village razed to the ground. Then roaming the lands, seeking work with only one arm. Thank our Lord Dragon, the local wade lot, Father Urcus, was kind enough to give me a job and a roof over my head. I see, well let's change the subject. He nods. I don't like remembering those days. Could I ask you a few other questions? Yeah, speak up. Mind introducing yourself? I'm called Gurk. That's short for Gurkis. What's your take on this fine community? I'm not a local or anything, but these fellas are here like family to me. The wade lot gives me a job and a roof, and the old crone, Delarani, fixes the ointment for my stump. We'll probably want to talk to her about healing supplies in the future. And when the boreling gored me 2 years back, the blacksmith's wife, Miller, nursed me back to health. Such a kind woman. She'd do anything for a person in need. Good to know. And she seemed troubled lately. You heard any interesting rumours lately? Since you got me chatting about my lost arm, instead of a rumour, I'll share a wee suspicion that crossed my mind. See, I met a couple of cripples on the road. One of them, Dagger the Noseless, lost his snout to a direwolf. Hence, whenever he laid his eyes on a wolf, a dog, or even a furry pelt, the spot where his sniffer used to be started to hurt something awful. And then a thought struck me. Who was it that caused my phantom pain akin to Dagger's? I don't know, you tell me. Now, you would think it was the croaker who chopped off my arm, but nah. Only time I felt that ghostly pain was when our squadron's cook came into the Sawbones tent to feed me bone marrow and pork rinds. His eyes widened with a sudden realization. Sweet Menyo's loincloth. I hope it was pork. You think a pig shot you? Looks at you with a 1,000-yard stare. I think we should talk about something else. Right, have you seen anything suspicious in the village lately? He narrows his eyes and grumbles. I noticed barbarian warriors skulking around. Don't trust them one bit. Fine, I'll take my leave. He lets out a prodigious yawn and returns to what he was doing. Something I should probably be doing in the not too distant future, if I want to be up and about early enough in the morning to do the things I need to on the morrow. Right, and this is probably as far as I get to go on this side, so these two spots will remain forever in darkness or pale holes in the map. Now, a nice thing about the original Neverwinter Nights, when you couldn't fully explore a map, was that if you traversed to the edge of every area you could, and uncovered as much of it as you possibly could, when you left and returned to the area, it would automatically fill in the blanks. With a game like this, I suspect that's just not the case, because they didn't have the time or effort to... They're like, yeah, no one's going to go there, let's not bother painting that part of the map. I always dislike it when games do that, because it makes everything feel terribly incomplete. Anyway, we should definitely continue our exploration of town, and I'm thinking of going up this side. Oh wait, we should go to the inn at some point, properly. We got a spare sword to sell. I'm just going to put these down here for now. Actually, you can use them. In my experience, the children don't have a lot of anything interesting to say, but they do add colour and flavour. And now we got this individual. The hoary old man is eyeing you with suspicion. careful round me treasures less. There's a reason folks still call me Zoban the Soldier. You'd do well to be on your best behaviour. Oh, what treasures are you talking about? You're kidding me, right? Can't you see the craftsmanship that goes into every single one of these barrels? You appear to be quite proud of your craft. Aye, as any man worth his salt should be. How long have you been a cooper? I don't have enough fingers to count the years. What makes your barrels so special? He delivers a strong kick to one of the casks, but leaves no mark, not even a scuff. That. I see. Well, enough about barrel making. Did you want anything else? I wanted to ask if any of the villagers has been acting strange lately. Don't tell me those bastards camped outside the village said we're harbouring some ne'er-do-well. Well, I for one say they's full of it. You're left feeling the old man is hiding something, but nah, you must be mistaken. That means I think that means we've failed a stat test, but it doesn't overtly say failure. There's another test in the village related to this investigation that seems to have increased in difficulty significantly over the course of early access to the virtually impossible. I suppose we'll see if it's been downgraded to be a bit easier again when I get to it. Can I ask you some other questions? Nay, I got work to do. Alright. How much for your wares, old man? I could give you a rundlet for 36 dinars. Interested? No, not at the moment. I'll take my leave. Interesting. I seem to remember being able to talk to him about his background more in the past. Maybe we missed some sort of dialogue option and someone leveled up. Okay, Brother Gintar. Let's get you some leveling. Okay. This is his main skill. So we're going to put a lot of points in there. I am going to put a couple of points into crafting. No. 1 point into medicine. 2 into outdoorsmanship, just in case it comes in very useful. And then we'll just pump some more in here, I think. There we go. Now we get an available point. We could go into some hammer skills. We got pushback. Takes 5 steps away. Shake chance. Or the harder they fall. Crushing damage. For this attack, the target's damage threshold is doubled and added to your damage. Deal 20% less damage. So do less damage, but add double their damage resistance to it. So basically, ignoring their damage threshold and adding it again. So good against heavy armoured foes. For now, though, if we can get him another mace to offset the use of this hammer, that's all well and good. So, kneecap. Lame chance 100% for 2 turns. Affected move at double the stamina point cost. Punch through. Extra 25% stamina cost. For this attack, the target's damage threshold is doubled and added to... So that could be literally what crushing damage is. So the same as this attack. Deal plus 70% weapon damage. Oh, that's a really big hit. And see the stars. 25% extra stamina cost. Knockdown chance 100% for 2 turns. Affected cannot move or act. You know what? If we're getting a point every 2 levels, I don't know what the highest level in the game is. I've played up to about level 5 in early access. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's a lot already. I don't see the need to rush for higher level abilities just yet. We can afford to be a little thorough. And let's get that hotkeyed. There we go. Let's also get some of this map sorted out. There's a chest round the back of the old Cooper's place here. I'm not going to rob it. I have no need to, and it seems like a pretty unfair thing to do to him. Also, he's an old soldier, so if he catches us, he can definitely make us suffer. He says, being very polite on the matter. And this is the other side of the location where those Daggerfangs were. He's got an archery target here to practice at, so he's still keeping his skills fresh. And here we have another crafting bench. I believe she has the highest crafting skill. If we wanted to make some actual protective items, so we would need scissors. No, we just need the scissors. Okay. Well, maybe we should look into that. Let's just fill in a bit of this path. We're round the back of the inn. We might as well go inside and... I'm not sure we want to rest because that costs money. You know what? Let's avoid the inn for now. And that is Mila herself. That's where the healer lives. We'll be going to speak to Dalarani. We'll be going to speak to her definitely in the future. In the near future. And she is the one who possesses the incredibly difficult skill check. Or ability check. For now, though... Now, the innkeeper and his wife do give good prices on things like the various treasure items we have. So we'll be trading those with him after we've gone and said hello. For now, though... Hey! The limping ironsmith sets his hammer and a pair of sooty tongs down near the anvil. Yes? Have you seen anything strange around the village? I sure have. Those barbarian scallywags camped on the far side of the river, for example. Right, let's... we can talk about his wife. Let's not do that just yet. By Ugin, I have the best weapons around. Yeah, but it's your scissors I'm interested in, mate. Right. Oh, we don't have a lot to... That's a lot of logs. That's just... Oh, we could get a lot of money for those logs. Let's just sell these. And these. Yeah, we're not getting... Oh, wait, and this. 43, yes. This is going to be expensive. Oh, it's going to be really expensive, actually. And with that, let's go and make ourselves some proper, true defensive gear. I'm going to go straight for a leather doublet. Actually, if we can get up to 50, we could make a reinforced leather doublet, but we need to live long enough to be able to make it. 50 is a long way away. And this is just to see us through until we can get our next companion, who is a master craftsman. And we're out of glue. That's okay. We will give this to Brother Gintar, a leather doublet to wear underneath whatever armour he eventually ends up bearing upon his person. So that'll give him a little extra health, so he can, well, the capacity to absorb a little more damage, and it'll protect him from bleeding and piercing attacks. So that's great, right? Armour in this game isn't all about the damage threshold.
Uh-huh.
And with that, I think I'm going to head over towards the inn, and you see he's now wearing his nice little doublet. And now we have 2 party members with a bit of protective gear. You'll also notice that the scissors have lost some durability. The amount of durability lost is based on our crafting skill. So if we can increase our skill, we will reduce the rate at which tools deteriorate. And that's probably a good thing. Oh, hang on. It's her again. The woman looks at you with a silent question. Any news around here? Everyone's as tense as a clenched fist. Bloodshed is in the air. The soothsayers are predicting a bad harvest. The gods are acting moody. A sulky sigh escapes her lips. All I ask is a few peaceful years for our children to grow up. I'd like to ask you a couple more questions. Like I said, you better find yourself someone else to listen to your prattle. Hey, at least tell us your name. My name's Danut. Right. Okay, nice to meet you, Danut. I have to go. Stay out of trouble.
Fine, I'll do it.
Well, I think in the next episode we'll be heading into the inn to meet the innkeeper and his wife, offload a few items, get a few more coins, and plan our next activities. I was going to say excursion, but we're not really going anywhere. So we got a deal for barbarians outside town. The townsfolk seem pretty uncomfortable about it. And someone who's going to be comfortable pretty soon is me when I get back in bed. Right, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode. I'll say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. I'll see you all soon.